Yes, man. Good evening, Facebook fam, Instagram fam, TikTok fam, Snapchat fam. This is your brother with another walk and talk. We're in a PM right now. I know most of y'all probably watching the draft, but you can listen to the replay. So I'm on my treadmill, not fasted, but we're gonna do 30 minutes on the treadmill. We're gonna walk, walk and talk about how the spirit is driving me to talk about this subject. So we sent out a notice about our walk and talk today, 7 o'clock on Facebook, and so the title on Facebook was uh, "How can you distinguish between God and devil?" Topic of walk and talk. Answer is God equals addition plus multiplication, devil equals subtraction plus division. So I'm going to crank my cardio treadmill up. I'm going to go to about 2.5. My incline is typically on 7. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys like an experience I had yesterday. I wanted to talk about this yesterday, but um, trying to get this right. Guess it's right. Wait, hold up. So I don't know why they put this earphone on. I don't know how I'm going to lean that up right. But I wanted to talk about this yesterday. I was a little tired, and I had already talked about it briefly with a couple of friends of mine. So I felt like I didn't want to rehash it, but the spirit is driving me. Message which the title was given to me today to discuss with you guys. I guess I can still get audio. I did this before and I still have my audio, so I'm going to disconnect my earphones. Just talk to you guys. So, walk and talk. Going to go 30 minutes on our cardiovascular machine. You guys could be on a bike, a stepper, a recumbent bike, upright bike. So, the topic of discussion during this walk and talk, based on what we sent out on our Facebook, how can you distinguish between God and devil? The answer came to me today, and this is what you see on the top of your screen. God equals addition plus multiplication. The devil equals subtraction and division. So, I'm going to start it out. The Spirit led me to go to Job chapter 1. There was a time when the sons of God wanted to present themselves to God, and they wasn't aware who was with them. Job chapter 1, verse 6, verse 7. One day, the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came with them. So when they was walking up to God with Satan, they didn't even know that Satan was with them. Sometimes Satan looks nice. Sometimes Satan may come across as someone you want to be with. Attractive, right? Say all the good things. But God knew the true identity of this culprit that walked with the sons of God. And God asked Satan, whence come thou, Satan? When God said it, whence come thou, Satan, so the sons of God jumped. Like, oh, God, is Satan with us? Most of the time, like I shared with my psychiatrist today, which that will be the topic and a recap of that is going to be on our next mental health ministry podcast, a recap, the hour and 30 something session that I had with my psychiatrist today. But I was sharing with my psychiatrist about, and I hope my friends back from the bounce house is viewing this, because I sent out some amends, apologies, because that family was actually the real angels in my life. I mean, some of you guys watching this broadcast know who I'm talking about, but because I was tripping spiritually, mentally, I was messed up. They saw that. They tried their best to put me in a position, so that I can recover. And I did. We was making progress at the bounce house, and I started tripping again. So a mixture of mental challenges, a mixture of being a perpetual sinner, and it didn't end well. It just goes to show you, the power of sin broke up a union that we could have done some big things in New Orleans, but because I didn't have the spiritual backing of God at the time, because, I was tripping. So, ended up, as you guys see the location right now, Ashna took over the building. I think it's some kind of urgent care over there. But we had big plans. My friend was about to hand everything over to me and let me run it. But hindsight is 20/20. I'm hoping he's watching it. Somebody can forward this message to him. So, I was explaining, with my psychiatrist today about this experience I had with this guy that for some reason, I don't know, let me get the scripture off, but for some reason, I don't know, I wanted to go along and get along. Why? So, he comes across as a sheep in clothing, but inside, he's a wolf. But me, I wanted to go along to get along, sweeping stuff under the rug, and instead of me trying to get myself right to develop a closer bond, with my friend and his family that gave me the opportunity of a lifetime to have multiple indoor facility bounce houses all around New Orleans. But, no, I tended to associate myself, like how the sons of God walked with Satan and didn't know it, with the devil in flesh in front of me. See, my point is when you're not connected with God, He's not going to grant you the power of discernment. If I was striving to do His will back in the bounce house days, we would probably be one of the biggest bounce houses in New Orleans and probably in the entire state of Louisiana, because we had that brain power. My friends was highly educated, experiencing all type of things. I came with the sales and marketing. My friends with the administrative, graphic design. God put me right in the middle of all of that. But I didn't know that I should have put more effort into that relationship instead of being around these wolves that's pretending to be in sheep's clothing. So I told my psychiatrist, I said, man, this guy I know, I had a conversation with this guy on yesterday. And as you guys know, God has put it on my heart to restart what we didn't do 7, 8, 9 something years ago about taking second line dance to produce a step aerobics / aerobics class in New Orleans. Okay? So, I'm calling all my so-called family and friends, just letting them know, hey man, it's going to be a community outreach. It's going to be free for the next 90 days. If you guys can help, whatever you can help, try to help. So I talked to this guy yesterday, and he's supposed to have some youth organization in the city. You know, the hypocritical thing about this guy is that he's talking about everybody else youth organization, all they want is money, all they want is this. But this guy's been running this thing for damn near 30 years, and nobody don't even know him. But he think, you know what I'm saying? Like he think he's grassroots. He think he's making an impact. In all actuality, he's a wolf, pretending to be in sheep's clothing. Now maybe he's aware of it, maybe he's not. Because when we're in the perpetual sin mode, Satan will deceive us, making us think we're an angel. In all actuality, we're a devil. Like how God had to warn or tell the sons of men, whence come thou, Satan? I mean, y'all chilling with you? Y'all don't know who this is? Whence come thou? Same situation that the God had to tell me. I'm literally talking to the devil on the phone. I've been associating myself with the devil for a long time, sweeping stuff under the rug. I'll give you an example. I had an episode several years ago. I was at St. Charles Parish Hospital. When it was time for me to get discharged, you know, the counselors went down the list of names that was on their record or in their files. You know what I mean? They called my family. You guys know, my family is highly dysfunctional, so that didn't work. They called a Jewish friend of ours, and he offered to put me up in the hotel, but they was like, man, we think they need to be in an environment, you know what I mean, where he's with somebody. And then they called this other guy, and he accepted. He said yes. They went through all of their protocols, paperwork, background check, making sure that the house was suitable for me, setting appointments outside of wherever the house was going to be. You know, they got it approved. And then a date was set for this dude to come pick me up, and he never came. Counselors at the hospital blowing his phone up, never picked up. A wolf pretending to be in sheep's clothing. He didn't even have the decency to pick the phone up and tell the counselors at the hospital, man, I can't do it. I thought about it. He didn't even have the decency to call back the hospital and tell these people that he wasn't coming. A wolf pretending to be in sheep's clothing. I swept it under the rug, you know. I mean, we still would talk from now and then, but I was in Atlanta. So recently, you guys know, I had an episode last year that put me back, hospital, rehabilitation center. So I finished my rehab. Now I'm in transition. I'm in my right mind right now. I mean, God is putting me right back to being 10x. So my level of awareness is heightened. Everything has gotten better. because I decided to turn my will totally over to the will of God. So, the second line aerobics class, I attempted to do this several years ago. Didn't follow through because spiritually I wasn't right. You know what I mean? I still was tripping. But this go round, I told myself, after I get out of rehab and going back to Georgia, God told me, no sir, I need you here in New Orleans. I got a headache. And I thought to myself, all the stuff, man, that God has brought me through, there's nowhere in the world I can get back on the road and go to Georgia. Can't do it. So I heard it, I obeyed it. He instructed me on some key things, some things I had to change for myself, about myself. I heard it, and I obeyed it, and as a result, all kind of doors is opening up. So, I call this guy, supposed to have a youth organization and so-called woke, so-called conscious, all of this other stuff. And we end up arguing about, oh, you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't, and we'll get that and then I'll come. Like, It's like, man, you seem like that you're an adversary. No, man, because, I don't want to put my name, your name. First of all, nobody don't even know you, man. Nobody don't know what you doing. Let's just be honest. What you talking about, your name? You're talking to somebody that has generated millions of dollars for different companies from Atlanta to New Orleans. 49 years old, but you're talking to me like I've never experienced success. Personal training, group training, boot camp classes. A wolf pretending to be a sheep. So I'm like, man, where all of this rah coming from? Then he got upset because number one, my background is in psychology. So the personal profile I have of this man is he's an introvert. If you give him a job to do, he can flow with that. But any social situations, he's very awkward. Like, man, what's going on with this dude? You know what I mean? Ex-military, I don't know. It might be some post-traumatic trauma or stress. And I think it is. But he comes across trying to be like a Superman. But you have mental issues. I hope you watch. You need to get help. Me, with a background in sales and marketing, I know how to ask probing questions. Background in psychology. And I pulled some things out from him. Come to find out, the VA wanted to keep him because they thought he was a risk, for some type of psychological thing that they thought he was going to do to himself. But it took him 20-something years to even admit that to me. A wolf, pretending to be in sheep's clothing. He has marital issues. He can't get along with nobody. Like, how you would say, hey man, I got with my friend and we went to the game yesterday. None of that. Everything he does is ISO. But yet you want to be a community person. What kind of backward stuff is that? Everything is centered around this dude. If it ain't something that he's leading, he don't support nothing around him. Period. That's subtraction and division, what equals the devil. But I didn't know it. Like the sons of God didn't know when they was walking with Satan until God was like, whence come thou, Satan? I didn't know. So as a result, the time that I tried to be with somebody that was really my enemy, I could have been investing that time with my friend and his family, building that particular business so that we can hire more young people and do great things. I mean, we had this thing planned out. But hindsight is 2020. So in the conversation, this guy started to get upset. How you gonna tell me I need to be on social media? I did on social. I'm like, huh? Man, it like it was demons coming out this guy. Man, you know, I'm gonna have to call you back. I'm like, what are we arguing over? Helping out with a group exercise class? Really? What is it really about you? Huh? So, I mean, we got off the phone. The Spirit drove me to respond by text. Let me see if I can pull it up. Man, it's 19 minutes. If I go over 30, I'm going to stop, but I'm going to still talk to y'all. Man, hopefully I can wrap it up in 10, but you know. I want you guys to press 1 in the chat that you're getting the audio, because I got my speaker covered on the treadmill. I'm assuming you guys getting it, because ain't nobody really dropping off. All right. Ooh, man, that cardio is making it happen today. Hope you guys are on your cardio too. Press 1 in the chat if you're burning calories with it. Walk and talk with your brother, Ben Willard. Where we at? Oh, this thing ain't come up. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that feel good. All praises be to the G-O-D. Here we go. So, after the conversation, the Spirit drove me to say this. Brother, your credibility is in question. Just like you left me at St. Charles Parish Hospital possibly to die, just like you didn't involve yourself with your youth program while we had the 30,000 square foot indoor facility where we've given parties for the Honey Badger, we've given parties for Norman. Is Norman? What's his name from Channel 6? Norman was there. You know, the great poet, I forgot the sister name. I mean, she came in there, you know what I mean, with her child. I mean, like celebrities. Prime location. Holiday Inn to go. But you got a youth program. Just like you didn't involve your youth program at the bounce house as you stated. Check this out. This is a woke member. This is a so-called conscious dude. This dude told me I don't come on the West Bank. I said, what? No, I don't come on. I don't like being on the West. How are you going to be a youth organization, community outreach, and you're going to tell your friend for over 20 years that you wouldn't support me because you don't come on the West Bank? A wolf pretending to be in sheep's clothing. Just like you left your team at, I'm not going to say the company we work for, but just like you left your team at X without any notice. He was a department manager at a brand new store that just opened, but yet he's you just left without no notice. You know, I mean, the camaraderie, the morale drop, organization and department drop. Because you a wolf. You self-centered. But you think you're a missionary. I'm just coming to tell you what you is. I hope you watch. Somebody forwarded to him. Some of my friends know who I'm talking about. So, just like you haven't made an effort to come see me in rehab. I'm your friend for over 20 years. They got people I just met doing more things in the name of brotherhood than you ever did. You know why? Because you're a wolf. Pretending to be a sheep, you're a wolf. I went on to say, it's about you. You is about you. You rationalize to yourself the work you do with the children comes across as not being self-centered, selfish person, but you are. You do things your way, confined inside your introverted bubble, all the while thinking you're a missionary. Take it or let it alone, your brother, Ben J.W. Now look at the reply, and I want you guys to notice the language pattern. This is equivalent to somebody that know they can't beat what the argument is, so they want to take their ball and go home. Brother, without having to read beyond the first few lines, but he read the whole thing, of the text, clearly you have chosen to remember / recall things in a certain way. Notice, he never said I lied. Never said it was untrue. If you feel I left you there to die, then don't deal with me. Now, if that's somebody that would have talked to me like that, I would have said, man, I apologize that you thought that way, but I didn't, or whatever. You know, he just take his double ball to go back to his double home. If you feel I left you there to die, then don't deal with me. If you have a problem with me not liking or wanting to live on nobody asked no man to live on no damn West Bank. Bro, you're 56 years old. I mean, your comprehension level is ridiculous. I say why you didn't support somebody you claim to have some brotherhood with talking about you don't come on no damn West Bank. See, this is the reason in my previous broadcast, I was like, this is why the so-called woke community lack the power to overcome difficulties because of this. Talking about living or liking on the West Bank. Okay, I got a little freeze. But, there we go. If you want to call my credibility into question, then don't deal with me. But the fact that you had to reach for something and try to turn it to mean something else, I mean, did you or did you not honor your word when you told the administration at St. Charles Parish that you was coming to pick me up? I mean, turn what? It's one thing to claim to be self-reflecting, it's another to actually do it. Now, he's trying to shoot arrows at me. Many of you guys in the chat is hearing this for the first time because the God is telling me you have to get these things off your mind and heart. Anything that concerns me, you guys all know. I put it out on the table. First thing I ask myself, have I ever done something like that? Or am I currently doing something like that? But this here right here, I did a lot of crap in my life. Never left nobody at no goddamn hospital and just disappeared. Don't even call, don't do nothing. Never did that. Boy, that's the devil. Now you're going to talk about, I pray that you find peace and open your ears, spirit, and mind so that you can start to heal. Man, look, first of all, let me be very blunt with you. I hope you watch. I don't need your prayer. The righteous don't need the prayer from devil. That's what you are. Okay? So you need to turn from your wicked ways. You know? I mean, the crap you did with your wife, let's just be honest. Turn from your wicked ways, bruh. The crap you did with me, the crap you did with everybody that you claim to be of assistance to, but you devil equals subtracts and division. That's all you did. You know, you are a divider. Plain and simple. Then you're going to tell me, check this out, folks. Out of respect for your time and my own, based on the first part of your text, we should end community. Bruh, we've been ended. You're not telling me nothing that's going to change from who you are? I can talk to you good about a project and you disappear out of thin air for months. Come on, man. I won't be able to receive any of your texts. Now, this is a grown 56-year-old man. He gonna block a 49-year-old man. Really? Come on, man. Maybe or if, by the time we're able to communicate, I would have given the rest of the text and read it. Okay, so we're going up on 30 minutes. At the end of 30 minutes, we're going to cool down for about 3. It's very important to cool down. That process is when you slow your heart rate down. A lot of us, I see you guys in the gym, and you finish running. You hop off the treadmill and press stop. No, you have to slowly, gradually decrease your heart rate. That's the healthy way when you're finished doing cardio. So I'm at 30 minutes. I'm going to reduce my incline to 0.0. That's level. And I'm going to reduce my speed till about 2.0 while I'm talking to you guys, right? So on here, this is my Fitbit. My Fitbit shows me, and you guys can see it, but my Fitbit shows me where my heart rate is. So as I'm slowing down on the treadmill, my heart rate is going to gradually drop. That's the healthy way to stop doing cardio. So during this 3-minute cool down, I'm going to share with you guys, first of all, your goal is to give your will over entirely to God. He's going to grant you the power of discernment. He's going to heighten your level of awareness, and he's going to assist you to do his work. God told me several weeks ago, he said, Ben, I need you to be a salesman for me. Just like you sold all those millions of dollars for those companies, I need you to help me to save 1 million lives. I said, yes, sir, I hear in the paper. Ever since then, he's been working with me. He called me later on that day. He asked me a question. He said, Ben, why when you're in personal mode, you go isolate? I need you to be in salesman mode all the time. I thought about it, like, man, I don't know why I do that. I heard it and I obeyed it every day. I'm in salesman mode for him. I do what is called in the sales world, prospecting, gathering leads, but it's for him, right? It's to be of service to others. Demographic study. You know, certain percentages this, certain percentages that. Cold lead, you know, which means that I meet somebody that I don't know, and my job is to bring that cold lead into a high lead appointment, into a sale. That's what I've been doing. Been meeting people that I don't know. The power of dialogue will bring that cold lead, warm lead, hot lead, a sale for God, right? I mean, you'll join our podcast, you know. Mental health ministry, sell for God. I mean, you'll come join our Mardi Gras Jam second line aerobics class to get into better health, a sell for God. All I'm doing is transferring what he gifted me with in the world of sales and marketing to working for him. And that's my best boss I ever had in my life. Oh, y'all just don't know where I came from. It's a testimony every single day. So, I just wanted to break that thing down to you guys, that you don't have to remain in a relationship, you know, to go along, to get along. The indication that that person is a devil, if that person is a subtractor and a division. Indication that person is worthwhile hanging with, establishing a relationship, he would or she would display addition and multiplication. So I hope this helped you guys out. It helped me to get it off my mind and chest. This is Walk and Talk. Typically we do it at 5 a.m. But as you guys know, my schedule has changed. So I have to do some readjustment. I'm going to consistently do the Walk and Talk. But I'll let you guys know on Facebook, whether it be AM or PM, like the day before and the day of. So this is your brother, Ben Willard, signing off with another Walk and Talk cardio session. Peace out.